This is a fantastic vegetarian main course made with paneer and capsicums, which is a really lovely combination because the capsicums are full of flavour and the paneer loves lots of flavour to go with it. So start with a bit of cumin seeds and oil. Wait for that to heat up as usual before adding your whole spices. In go my cumin seeds. You can hear them sizzling straight away, which is great. Give those a second. When you start smelling the aroma, like the real cumin smell, then you know it's ready to move on to the next stage and that it's had a chance to roast a bit. Get a couple of green chilies. Again, just if you don't like the heat but you like the flavour, pierce them with the tip of a knife and add them in whole because you get that wonderful green chili flavour without the heat. In go my onions. And I've cut these onions into really large squares because I really quite like them chunky in this dish. In those go. In go my green chilies. I'm only going to cook my onions for like a minute at this stage because I don't really want them to get soft and caramelised. I want them quite whole and I almost want to be able to bite into them when it's finished. Okay, quickly in go my tomatoes. I would add about 2 small tomatoes to this. Again, you can chop the tomatoes here. I quite like them thrown into a blender because I find that quite easy. Okay, that's done. Before I put my tomatoes in, I'm going to put my ginger and garlic paste, which again I just grated on a microplane grater to get it really fine. And give that a good stir, just to cook out the garlic a little bit. Garlic, when it's raw, it has a really strong smell. It almost brings tears to your eyes. But when it's cooked, it gets quite mellow. In with my tomatoes. And stir. And I'm going to add in my spices. So this is all about powdered spices really. In goes a little bit of turmeric, a bit of coriander. Again, we like coriander in this dish. And coriander also kind of thickens the whole thing, which is quite nice. A bit of chili powder for colour almost, because we have our green chilies, a bit of salt. And I'll add a tiny bit of cumin powder, even though I've got my cumin seeds. The cumin seeds are lovely. They almost come in your teeth and you bite on them when you have your paneer. But this, just literally like a third of a teaspoon of cumin powder, kind of rounds the whole sauce off and gives it an earthiness. So let's give this a good stir and let it cook away. It'll take about 5 to 6 minutes maximum. Great, okay. The main star of this dish is paneer. Now, this is homemade paneer, which is so much better than shop-bought paneer. It's really fresh and crumbly. So I'm gonna just cut it into blocks. And I know making cheese seems impossible and something you would never do at home, but it is so easy. There's a recipe on the site, so look for paneer, and it's basically just made with milk and yogurt, and that's it. And it's really, really easy. Okay, so the masala is starting to release oil. I can see sort of the oil coming out from the paste in the pan. So in go my capsicum and my paneer. Nice big chunks. I'm going to put some water in and just let that whole thing come together. I'm going to add in my garam masala at this stage. I want my capsicum to be quite crunchy and my paneer to be nice and soft and for them just to have absorbed some of those flavours of the tomato sauce. Got our coriander and our cream to finish off. So just give this a slight chop as usual. So this is done. It's pretty much absorbed most of the water I've put in. So in goes my coriander. Do cut up the stalks as well as the leaves. The stalks have wonderful flavour. And a little bit of cream. Now this is optional, but it does kind of bring the whole thing together and add a tiny bit of richness, just with a little bit of cream even. It's a really beautiful, colourful vegetarian main course. And done. Serve it with whatever you like, with rice, with Indian bread, with naan. It goes really beautifully.